During an Instagram live session on the Charlie Munger Quotes page, I was asked for my favorite investing books, and I gave the answer off the cuff, straight from the heart, or I guess straight from the brain, and I'll share that with you in this video. I want to make sure I mention this. I talk about a variety of different books that I've learned lessons from, and oftentimes have based episodes or parts of episodes of our podcast around them. The podcast is also called CMQ Investing. You can find it on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, and I'll include links in the description below in case you want to check it out for yourself. With that being said, let's get to it. I was just asked a question by Patrick about a few different books. Let me read the actual question here. What are a couple books that you receive a lot of value from that you could share with us? So, I'll keep it to some investing related books, but I want to start off with one that's not all about investing, but it's very relevant to investing. And that is Seeking Wisdom by Peter Bevelin. That book, I'd put it at the number one on my list all time. It's not a book that you're going to read like cover to cover, like it's a novel or anything like that. It's very much like it's just wisdom, and it's just wisdom organized. I think it's the best way to describe it. The full title of the book, and this might tell you a little bit more, it's Seeking Wisdom from Darwin to Munger. So Charlie Munger has a very prominent role in that book, so it's only appropriate that I'm mentioning it, being that we're on the Charlie Munger Quotes account. However, even if I wasn't, I would still recommend this book, probably number one. Number two, 0 to 1 by Peter Thiel. That is the first and maybe only book that I read cover to cover in a single day. Not so much about investing in the stock market, but it's a lot more about building startups. And Peter Thiel is a very prominent investor in startups, so there's a lot of parallels there that I think you'll find. If we go to just investing books, I'll round it out with 2 or 3 here. A Random Walk Down Wall Street, I have to put that very high on the list. Highly recommend that one. There's a new version of it that includes some information about things that have happened with Bitcoin. So it's very relevant to what's going on now, but it also has those time-tested lessons that I like to seek out and see if I can find in other places. Then I would say the Warren Buffett Portfolio by Robert Hagstrom. That was the book that Charlie Munger recommended at the Berkshire meetings long ago, and that led me to read it. And it has been, without a doubt, probably one of my favorite investing books. Let's think. Last but not least, I want to give you something that's maybe a little bit different or you weren't expecting. Why don't we do? Kind of look over at my bookshelf for a second. Let's think here, guys. We could do. How about the Little Book of Common Sense Investing by John Bogle? That will make it's not the most enjoyable read. And I say that there's plenty of value in it, but John Bogle drills home the points over and over with data. He makes the best argument you'll ever read for why low-cost indexing makes a lot of sense. Now, I'm not saying you have to read that and then come to the same conclusion, but if you're serious about finding the best approach for you and for what you think is the most reliable way to build wealth, then you want to gobble up that perspective, because that is I'd say the definitive perspective on the value of just owning a low-cost index fund. So I'd recommend that one. So those are 5 right there: Seeking Wisdom, 0 to 1, A Random Walk Down Wall Street, the Warren Buffett Portfolio, and the Little Book of Common Sense Investing would be 5 off the bat. So I hope that's helpful, and I'll keep sharing these and make more content around this. I know people are always asking for more stuff about books, and it's just a matter of turning that into different forms of content for you. So let me know what you think.